Salaam. Today we are going to start the lecture 146. In this lecture, I will explain you what is a Qiyām versus Zoroastrian 5 daily prayers. Qiyām. So all these Maulanas or 2.5 temple or mosque worshipping den, they are using this Qiyām, they misinterpreted the meaning of the Qiyām and use it as a Qiyām, as a standing for the 5 time prayers. So this is Zoroastrian 5 daily prayers. They used to do that. So they copied from there. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, translation, Yusuf Ali, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. What happened to their Allah? If it is the most merciful, thousands of children were slaughtered in Gaza, Palestine, and all the 57 Islamic country heads, they are all oppressors, they are all barbaric. So what happened to their most merciful Allah? So this is a wrong translation. The right translation is one who does not become perplexed or confounded, Allah, but smile, feeling as a flower spreads, just like flower, in the shelter of safe and favorable environment of the Quran. The Quran provides you favorable circumstances politically, economically, socially, allowing for both intensive and gradual lasting growth and development. Only you will get the development and growth when you will provide the immunity, favorable circumstances, favorable environment, and free from fear, uncertainty. Then your development will take place. Just as occur in the mother womb with the fetus, or in the earthworm with the seed for the coming generation. This is the purpose of your coming on this planet. So you should work in your time to provide the human being a favorable circumstances for the development of the present and as well as for the coming generation. This is, Quran is opening the chapter. This is the preface of the Quran. Rahim, Rahman, just like in mother womb, Raham, the baby passes through different stages of development, Rahim, gradual, and Rahman, extensive development. So in this lecture we will discuss Qiyām. Because this is one of the, terms the Quran has used for the development, for the establishment of the system, salah system. Not only this, Qiyām, Ruku, and Sajda. So these are the very important, terms, and the Muslim priesthood and all the 2.5 million mosques and shrines and the graveyard, they use it for the mechanical Qiyām, Ruku, and Sajda. So in this lecture I will clear what is the Quranic Aqam or Qiyam today, or Qiyum. And then we will discuss Ruku and Sajda. So these three terms describe the education and training derived from the Quran for the purpose of establishing its just system of governance, not these 5-time prayers. Not the Qiyam for the 5-time prayers. It's immoral action, immoral practice against the Quran. It is something for working for the society. These terms were never intended to prescribe mechanical ritual such as the non-Quranic 5 daily supplication. So first pillar they are saying Qiyam. But Quran does not use it for the supplication. Rakat, a derivative of the term Ruku. Islamic priesthood has fabricated 3 basic mechanical postures. Qiyam, standing upright. Ruku, bowing down, holding knees with hands. Sajda, with forehead on the floor, but up in the air, and the body weight held on open palms and legs. After every unit of 2 rakat, or at the end of the second rakat, the performer sits upright on the legs called jalus, to say the shaheed after recitation of at-tahiyyat. So there is no jalus, no tashaheed, no at-tahiyyat. From where they brought it? Give me one verse or one word from the Quran. The Islamic ministry admittedly sticks to its viewpoint about Qiyam, Ruku and Sujood, stating these come directly from Allah. They blame Allah and constitute essential elements of the supplication. These are the compulsory constitute of the Zoroastrian 5-time prayers. Here a question pops up. Why does Allah not specify pertinent text or mantras for incarnation during these mechanical up and down movements identified as the Quran, Ruku and Sujood? Why Allah did not explain it? If there says it is sent by Allah. Additionally, why does Allah not specify the same automated schedule for the funeral prayer? In funeral prayer, there is no Ruku, no Sujood. Ask them, why Allah give this, salah or supplication without sujood and ruku and with sujood and ruku? So this is a contradiction from Allah. So let me discuss first Qiyam. Qiyam, Qam or Qiyam or Qiyam or Qamu. Qam signifies standing up for the justice cause, not for the praying cause. Stand up for the justice cause or following the right course. Qam. To stand, to revolt, to stand or to revolt against the injustice system. So Muslims should revolt or stand against all these sham democracy, dynasties, or all 57 countries which these 57 countries, there is no Quranic constitution or form of government. So here mean that all the Muslims should rebel against that system in the 57 countries, whether it is dynasty, whether it is communism, rebels. Stand, revolt, to halt it, to resist, to erupt, outbreak, to rebel, to set up, to reside, to be constant, to be straight, to shoulder or undertake. However, it does not denote in any shape and form the usual practice of getting up on one's 2 feet to get for the first part of prayer. This is not. So Qiyām means all the Muslims, 2.5 billion Muslims, they should stand up, they should revolt, they should be rebel against whatever the system non-Quranic they have, they should stand against that. This is the one meaning of a Qiyām. It's not a mechanical standing up when you are going to start the prayer. A Qiyām also implies he stood still in confusion or in perplexed to get in from this confusion. You are standing in a confusion because all these 57 governments, they are using the name of Quran, but they are not Quranic government. Self-sustenance. All the 57 countries should become self-sustenance, constant, eternal, self-managed. Don't become the colony of the European countries or Chinese. Self-regulated, self-maintenance, self-supported, in the right direction or place or stature, symmetry, justice or proportion. This is the meaning of Qiyām. But what the hell they are doing? They are standing in the, during the prayer. Otherwise, they are not self-sustaining. They are not self-managed. They are not self-regulated. Someone other regulates them. Qāmatu dabbatan. The beast stopped from journeying or being jaded. Again, same meaning. Stand up. Qiyamus salah. Establishing Quranic administrative system by following the Quranic rules, not 5-time prayers. Not the sajda, ruku and qiyam they are doing. Iqama saat, time of appearance, of result, of any action or deed. Now, it's a centuries we are living, we are burdened on this planet without bringing any result. Qiyām alayhi, he rose or revolted against him. Qām bil amr, he undertook the affairs or conducted or managed, regulated or superintended the affairs, not 5-time prayers. Qām al-marat, he took the maintenance of the woman. It means you have to take the maintenance of the other nation and your nation. Qām al-ma, the water flows. Look when water flows. Look how beautiful this narration. You know, ice becomes solid. Istaqam, he become right, direct, in right state, even right tendency. Iqama or iqam, observing, preserving or upholding or act of staying. In Saudi Arabia or Middle East company, if you got the job over there, will issue a iqama, work permit. Act of staying. Mustaqim, straight, upright, stable and firm. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. They are same mustaqim. Al-Qiyamah, time of result of the action or deed which was started in the past. It is not a day of judgment. The action you do, the result will come after the completion of the action. But we are not doing anything. We are waiting for the Yawm al-Ukhra, resurrection room. Qawm, a nation, a people. We are not a nation. We are not a nation. Why? Because we have 57 nationality. We have 2.5 million mosques of different sects. Our prayer are different, our adhan is different, our wudu is different, our durood are different. We are not a nation. The phrase Qiyām fil harb means he contended with him for equality in war, in battle. Look, the word used Qiyām fil harb for war, and they are using in the prayer. The idiom Aqam al-Tariq signifies he made him to keep to the road or to right way. When there is a road, you can easily travel. The slang Aqam al-Mara implies he put the affair into right direction. Conclusion. The term Yaqimun as-salata mimma, third person, Quran has used this word at least 72 times. Plural imperfect verb, measured I from the root kaf wa mim, convey the act of actively establishing, maintaining and upholding something in a sustained and organized manner. What we are doing? From century we are repeating the supplication, same adhan, same everything, and we are gone. And repetition will never bring any result. It goes beyond mere standing or arising to include structure supporting, safeguarding, and ensuring stability in a physical, moral, and social sense. Morally, we are bankrupt. Social, we are very weak. And in Quranic usage, it often implies consistent, purposeful action. What purposeful action we are doing 5 times prayer? Nothing. No result is coming. Just we are wasting billion gallons of water, electricity, time, such as upholding justice, organizing collective duties, or maintaining systems. This is the meaning of Qiyām, rather than a one-time act. It reflects steadfastness, commitment, and responsibility to preserve and sustain what is right in alignment with the order, proportion, and rightness. This is the meaning of Qiyām. The Quran has frequently repeated the statement وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ throughout the text as a fundamental principle for the establishment of the Quranic social and economic order, not 5 times prayer, not 2.5% zakat. They made the zakat for themselves. Its usually translation accepted by most of the Muslim sects run as follows. And after the usual prayers, salah, and hands out the obligatory charity zakat. It's finished. They are making money. They are all parasites. In terms of Islamic Sunnah and Hadith, the term Salat identifies 5 sessions of daily supplication. Where is the proof from the Quran? And the word zakat signifies every Muslim of mean must pay an amount equivalent to 2.5%. Where is it in the Quran 2.5%? It is not mentioned in the Quran. They fabricated it. One of the yearly saving either to needy or destitute people or to government. So they are needy people. They are very poor. By the word of Qiyām, the Quran means establishing a government and all other institutions for the service and protection of the common citizen, 72:19. وَإِنَّهُ لَقَامَ لَمَّا قَامَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ يَدْعُو قَادُوا يَكُونُونَ عَلَيْهِ لَبَدًا. And certainly, when any devotee, any person who wants to establish, who wants to utilize his her capability and stand for this. Who utilizes his innate capability and resources of Allah. Allah means the government, whatever the resources you are giving, or the head of the Quranic Federation, or lawgiver, stand up. When you receive this, then stand up for these laws. Invite people, yad'u, not for praying, not for zakat, not for, hajj or fasting. They scarcely upsurge. They become commingle or compact or coherent together like a locust against him. So they go against him. If any person, you talk the Quran in any mosque, they will use the force like a locust. They attack against him. The above verse clearly indicates that the iqama does not signify by any stretch of imagination for Muhammad to stand up in a mosque for performing Iranian supplication. There was no Muhammad. All the fabrication. The opponents were deadly against Quran Salah. Now all the mosques, 2.5 million mosques, they are deadly against the Salah. What is that Salah? Quranic administrative system. They will not allow because it will take away their bread and butter. Quran gives the system of government and its physical management. And all these management in the mosque, they are delivering millions of dollars in the form of donation. They are doing the money laundering. They were not against praying, but strongly opposed the implementation of the constitution of the Quran. All these Western countries, CIU, European countries, they are allowed to establish or to build the mosque because they know it. But they will never allow, they oppose the implementation of the constitution of the Quran because it clashed with their stakes. This is the problem here. They will give you, look, in England only 1,500 mosques. They know this is the best way to keep them separate, to disintegrate them based on the rules, based on their praying, based on their wuzu, whatever they. For this very reason, the people who were establishing Quranic administration and economic system faced an all-out antagonism from his adversaries. You talk that we want to implement Quran. The first opposition will come from Makkah, from Saudi Arabia. Never. All these mosques will be against the Quranic administrative system. Allah cites many examples throughout the text of the Quran of his previous messenger who did establish the same system of salah, but it never turned into praying, which the Muslims are practicing all over the world. This is not recommended by Quran, these 5 prayers, what we are doing. A pertinent and befitting instance is that of the Moses who fought with valor and determination against the tyrannical rule of Pharaoh to establish a state based on the charter of the Quran. Allah directed Moses and his ideological comrade to select a few houses of discussion or center of discussion for the companion for establishing the Qibla, training center. Not this Qibla in Makkah. This is a Qibla for Saudi, with the intention of adequately preparing them for Allah's upcoming salah or Quranic administration system. Musa did. Look, the verse over 887. وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ مُوسَىٰ وَأَخِيهِ أَن تَبُوءَ لَقَوْمَكُمْ بِمِصْرَ بَيُوتًا وَاجْعَلُوا بُيُوتَكُمْ قِبْلَةً وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَبَشِّرِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Look, the translation over here by Mohsen Khan. And we inspired Musa and his brothers, saying, take dwelling for your people in Egypt, and make your dwelling as a place for your worship, and perform salat, iqama salat, and give glad tidings to the believers. So then why they make the Makkah as a center? Why they did not make the, Makkah or Qibla Egypt, if the Moses was over there? So this is all hoax. Let me give you the possible outline. And when we suggest or send message, Haina, it does not mean that Jibreel was bringing the revolution. The wing kind of, horse. Not that. And when we suggest Quranic Federation, head of department, or send message to Moses, Ila Musa, and his philosophical or political associate of Akhuhi. His philosophical or political associate, Harun, to go back and make an abode of activities, provide them the, not mosque, provide them abode, any house, any community center. For your nation, come on. With distinguish, Misr does not mean Egypt. Misr has two meanings. Boundaries of the Quranic rules, or distinguish rules of the Quran. Quran does not mention any city, any name. Distinguish manners or values, bayutun, or Quranic constitution, bayutun. And organize house of discussion or training center for the success of this mission. This Moses did. And that is why that revolution was successful. Now, can you make discussion in the mosques? The Quran says these are the dens of the burglar people. They are all parasite. All parasite. Based on your renewed manners, bayutukum, for the direction of authority. Qibla mean authority. Washington is the Qibla of American. Riyadh is the Qibla of the Saudi. Islamabad is Qibla of the Pakistani. It's not the value of the building. It's the value of the constitution. For the direction or authority, Qiblatun. Do you think Musa asked them to pray five times prayers and put your face toward the Makkah or any other place? No. Qibla, Muqabla, face to face. And stand up firmly. Look, Hakim. Stand up firmly. Not 5 times prayer. Stand up firmly. or revolt firmly against the Pharaoh. Behind the administrative system of the Quran al-Salat, follow it, the Salat. Not 5 temporary, this is al-Salat proper noun. And its live broadcasting program, Abasham. It's a live program. Just like when you make the Hajj, if you see the TV, so they wrote Mubashara, Hajj. It's a move, people are moving. For those who are satisfied with the peaceful program, Mu'mineen, so they are the Mu'mineen. We don't have any Mu'mineen now. The Quran uses over here Mu'mineen, not Mu'minun. Mu'minun means still they are under journey for the peace, but Mu'mineen who are satisfied, their brain is satisfied, they 100% agree that this system will bring the peace, they are Mu'mineen. So this is the definition of a Qiyam. Look, I give you the example of Moses. Waqim. Did you think they were making the account? No. Account means steadfastness, firmness. Don't need any help from any country. Be stable yourself. So in the next lecture we will discuss Ruku. Thank you very much.